This is another really important lesson. What does it mean to expand out or get rid of the brackets? Let's say we have 3 and then in brackets 4. By the way, those aren't technically brackets, like I said before. That's brackets, that's parentheses, but for our case we're going to be calling those two things brackets. Americans call these parentheses. And I kind of guess they're probably right. Okay, what does it mean? It means everything that's outside the bracket, which is not added or subtracted from the bracket, multiplied by everything inside that bracket. Okay, so in this case there's one term outside that bracket times the one term which is inside that bracket, and our answer is going to be 12. What do I mean by the terms outside the bracket? Well, 3 plus. That 3 is not next to the bracket, it's adding to that bracket, so we would not multiply in that case. Moving along. What about everything outside that bracket times everything inside that bracket. But here we have to do it term by term. 3 times x is 3x. But now we have to do 3 times positive 2. And that's going to be 6. And we're done. That's what expanding out brackets means. Later on we'll be doing factorizing, which is the opposite, taking things in this form and putting them into brackets, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. What about this then? Minus 3 squared. How could we rewrite that? Well, what that says when the exponent, the indice, is up here, it just means everything in that bracket times everything in that bracket. Now, 3 times 3 is 9. Is that a positive 9 or a negative 9? Stop the video if you want to check. Remember, a negative number times a negative number is a positive number. So that's going to be 9. So negative 3 squared is positive 9. What about this one then? Three. Okay. Now it's going to be negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. It's going to come to 27, but is that positive 27 or negative 27? Well, negative times negative times negative. If you're watching previously, it's going to be minus 27. Right. What about 4? That's a wonky 3 to the power of 2. What do we do first? Well, we have to do BEDMAS. Right? We have to look at what's in that bracket first. Can we simplify what's in that bracket? No, it's already simplified as much as it'll go, -3. Then we have to do e, the exponent. So now we have to exponentiate that to the power of 2. -3 times -3 is 9. And our answer is 36. Do it on the calculator in case you don't believe me. 4 brackets -3 close brackets squared 36. So far so good. What about this then? 4 x plus 2. There's no exponents. Okay, now we just have every factor, every term outside the bracket times every term inside the bracket. And sometimes it helps to do the little arrows just to keep track of where you've been. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times +2 is +8. And we're done. These are not like terms, we can't combine them. Alright. But this then. Now what do we do? Can we simplify what's in the brackets? No, we can't. These are all unlike terms. It's as simple as it's going to get. So we're going to need to multiply the 6 here by all 3 of these terms. So 6 times x squared is 6x squared. 6 times 3x is 18x. And lastly, it's going to the bottom there for this one. 6 times 2 is +12. That would be our answer for that. So there you go. If it's outside, we have to deal inside the bracket first and then square if there's an exponent there. Inside the bracket, then square, then multiply by 4 in this case. All the numbers outside, or all the terms outside, times all and each of the terms inside the bracket to get our answer. And the same here. Just methodically go. If you need to do these arrows, do those arrows if it means getting the right answer.